Put me in, coach. Today we are talking about Coach of the Year. Who should win this award? For me, this is a no-brainer. So much of a no-brainer that I'm a little bit mad and a little bit frustrated. But before we get into that, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell like an open jump shot. Also, share this video because we're talking basketball here. Now, with that being said, let's get right into this. So, I have four candidates, four guys that I think is even worthy to be in this conversation. So, I'm going to go ahead and name them and then I'm going to tell you my pick, right? So, first, right, we have Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz. We have Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns. We have Doc Rivers of the Philadelphia 76ers, and we got Steve Nash of the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this I gotta go ahead and just disqualify Steve Nash because Kevin Durant, former MVP, James Harden, former MVP, Kyrie Irving, known as the guy with the best handles on the planet. Okay, boom, he's out, right? Doc Rivers, MVP candidate with Joel Embiid, Defensive Player in the Year potentially, and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is only a jump shot away from being in the MVP discussion. I'm not sure why he hasn't figured that out, but when I train children, I use Ben Simmons as a example as to why you should work on your jump shot, because he has plenty of time to work on his jump shot. He's getting paid millions of dollars. Okay, now moving right along here, Monty Williams. He got Chris Paul. Some people have put Chris Paul in the MVP race. I think, and I kind of had him in the race, not winning the race, but in the race, because I've noticed with Chris Paul, wherever he's went, that team has went to the playoffs and won at least a playoff series, right? And that's big because he's a short point guard. He's a 6-foot point guard, right? Guess what? He has a huge impact. And when I train children, I also let them know, right? I put emphasis. If you guys are a fan of this channel, you'll notice I'm always talking about point guards who pass the ball because they make the game more fun for the guys who don't have the ball in their hands all the time. Because if I know that this guy's going to pass me the ball when I'm open, I'm going to work harder to get open. I'm going to work a little harder on defense. I'm going to do the things that Chris Paul may not be good at doing, right? Or I'm going to just do the things that I know will help me get on the court. Put me in, coach. Okay, so now I have about 6 reasons as to why Quinn Snyder is the Coach of the Year. Number 1, no MVP candidates. I think Donovan Mitchell should have been in the race, but I ain't hear nobody talk about Donovan Mitchell in that MVP candidate race to get that MVP trophy. They have the best, they have had the best record in the NBA all season. Even when my Lakers were number 2 before LeBron and AD got hurt, they were the number 1 team. And I had to respect them as the number 1 team because going right into the next thing, right? The number 3 reason, they're the most balanced team in the NBA. What do I mean by the most balanced? They have 6 guys who are averaging like 15 points per game, right? I'll go ahead and name them for you because there's not another team in the NBA who have more than 3 or 4 guys that are averaging above 10 points a game. But the Utah Jazz have 6. That's big because that means everybody's eating. Everybody's eating out here, right? That's why, and then this is another reason. Here's another reason, right? Donovan Mitchell got hurt and they kept winning. They're still the number 1 seed. And Donovan Mitchell missed some games towards the end of the year. You know, when other teams is really fighting for playoffs position. This is my handy dandy notebook, by the way. Something that just kind of helped me stay focused. Now, put some respect on their name because the Utah Jazz almost did not get an NBA All-Star, and they have been in the number 1 position all year. Donovan Mitchell should have been a starter for the All-Star game because his team has been number 1 all season. That counts for something. Now, I get it if we talking about votes and all of that, but they been did away with that system, right? That system, they been did away with that. So there's no excuse, right? Guys had to say, I'm injured and I'm hurt for Donovan Mitchell to get the chance to be in the All-Star game. That's crazy. Now, again, that should have been the 6, but I'm going to just real quick just read them. No MVP candidates. Best record in the league. Most balanced. Everybody's eating. And with them being, okay, this is the number 4. This is my number 4 reason, which I almost forgot, right? This is how guys end up on what is known as a bad contract, right? So you're going to end up having to overpay one of these guys, right? Whether it's Jordan Clarkson, Boban, Joe Ingles, Gobert, Conley, right? Conley 16 points, Gobert 14, Joe Ingles 12 points, right? Boban 17, Jordan Clarkson 18 points, and then their superstar 26 points per game. There's not a lot of teams in the NBA with that many scorers on their team, but you got to give Quinn Snyder the credit because it's clearly the offense, right? And it's a constant pick and roll. You got pick and rolls constantly happening. So all they really have to do is just wait for the matchup that they want, right? Because either you're going to come out and guard the guy coming off the screen, which is hard to do because you got to fight over it or you got to go under it, right? But if you keep going under it, eventually somebody's going to be open. Now, with that being said, put some respect on the Utah Jazz. They're the number 1 team, but make no mistake about it, I'm a Laker. I'm a Laker fan. So I'm just giving respect where respect is due. Other than that, peace. See y'all on the next one.